Isn't that strange? The Polygon price is going down, it makes low after low, while on-chain everything seems to be fine. The total value locked of the Polygon ZK EVM is relatively stable. So we've got almost $100 million worth of total value locked. And on the native Polygon chain, we've got $100 million worth of trading volume. Now here is one problem. On that ZK EVM Polygon chain, we see barely any activity, only 2 million worth of trading volume. So 100 million total value locked, but only 2 million of trading volume. And that compares to other layer 2 blockchains like Arbitrum with more than $400 million of trading volume. So 400 for Arbitrum, 900 for the base chain, and 1.5 billion for Solana. One can pretty much say that Polygon ZK EVM was a flop, barely any usage. So now we understand the price performance a bit more. Have a look at the number of unique depositors. It's a former shell of itself. We now have days where we've got less than 8 bridging transactions. Now before we continue bashing on Polygon, I want to talk about one interesting statistic that can be used outside of Polygon as well. In case you're not yet aware, in case you want to save gas fees, for example because you're using Ethereum and you don't have that much capital relative to what needs to be paid for the transaction, here's the best time to make those transfers. There's the least activity on Saturday and Sunday, and within the day it tends to be 5 AM GMT when gas prices are the lowest. But let's get back into bashing Polygon. Have a look at how much the number of average transactions is increasing and how much the average gas price is increasing. The gas price is pretty much doubling while the number of transactions is only going up by maybe 10-20% or so. What does this tell us? This video is sponsored by the premium membership. I never take any money from any crypto project. I never take any affiliate links from centralized exchanges. I never pump and dump coins. Instead, I offer valuable tutorials in the premium membership. Feel free to check it out. It tells us that Polygon has a problem with throughput. Polygon bottlenecks the more transactions come in. Something very similar to what we have seen, for example, with Phantom. Check out the historical Phantom chart. Usually we had very, very low transaction fees, but then once the Phantom chain was used, they spiked up to 1,000 times of what it was during regular times before. The problem isn't as bad for Polygon, but it still exists. A little bit of an increase in the number of transactions increases the gas price quite a lot. Now, how does Polygon compare to other layer 2s? Well, it seems like activity in general is going down quite a lot. This is the number of users that bridge across various chains. And of course, this spiked around April of this year when also a lot of altcoins spiked. And when we isolate the base chain, we can see how there was a lot of activity during April. We don't see that spike though for Polygon. So there was a ton of trading on Base and on Solana. Everybody was trading the meme coins. Polygon stayed quiet. Now I have talked about the tokenomics of Polygon. I have talked about the merge to POS. I make several videos on Matic regularly on this channel. If you don't want to miss the next ones, feel free to subscribe. Now let's talk about relative performance, relative valuations, etc. Before we do this, I publish videos on Polygon regularly on this channel. So I talked already about the move to POS. I talked about tokenomics, etc. So if you don't want to miss the next videos on Polygon, feel free to subscribe. I publish videos regularly. So there was one video titled the Polygon Matic Dev, published 1 month ago, still getting some views. There was another one called the Polygon Matic Collapse, published 3 weeks ago. And yes, those videos didn't age too badly. The price continues to go down. Now this is Matic in US dollars. And it seems like we are not at all-time lows yet. It seems like we can drop another 20% maybe. It also appears as if sometimes we have these nice rallies, right? 150, 157% even. But what's triggering rallies like this? It's not Polygon specific. It was simply the overall market going up. Because have a look at this. We are now looking at Polygon Matic relative to Ethereum. And here the rallies are much, much more modest. From bottom to top, less than 50%. And the decline since February of 2023 is rather constant, a fall of more than 80%. And here's the thing, Ethereum itself is already doing very poorly. Let's have a look at the Matic chart relative to Bitcoin, the safest of the cryptocurrencies, the place to simply park the crypto funds. Here we've seen Matic underperform by more than 90%. And again, the rallies in between do not look massive whatsoever. That's very different to the US dollar chart. So really it's a game of opportunity cost. But how much lower can Matic go now? Do we potentially see the ultimate floor here? Because in the end, the game is to buy low and sell high. And obviously we aren't very high now. Let's compare market caps. So we've got 2.8 billion in the POL token and we've got 1 billion in the Matic token. So in total, a bit under 4 billion. Now what else is in the 4 to 5 billion range? Check this out. We've got Sui, for example. Sui has an on-chain trading volume of 120 million, so 20% more than Matic. So just looking at current trading volume relative to market cap, it seems to make somewhat sense. The relationships are similar. But here's the thing. The total value locked of Sui is increasing quite nicely. It's not looking like Polygon's total value locked. A market cap of 4 billion is still pretty high, especially when the tokenomics aren't that great and there's constant sell pressure. There's still a lot of value to extract. And so it appears as if Polygon is becoming victim to this competition. There are more and more blockchains launching every day. We've got already 317 blockchains just listed on DeFi Llama. I personally stay away from Polygon. I don't really like what's going on with the momentum. I don't like that there was no usage increase during April of this year. And I also don't like that the market cap is still around 4 billion. If it's your first time, feel free to subscribe. I publish videos regularly. A like would be very much appreciated as well. It helps the channel grow. In case you've got Telegram, feel free to join us. Below you find 2 links. One of them is to the premium membership. Feel free to check that out, thebitcoinstrader.com. The other link is to our free Telegram. Looking very much forward to chatting with you over there as well. Cheers.